We begin tonight with the National Executive Council Committee meeting of the People's Democratic Party, which held on Tuesday in Abuja, as Nigeria's largest opposition party seeks to address its numerous internal party challenges ahead of the 2027 general elections. One of the party's most pressing issues has been its leadership crisis, with multiple factions vying for control and threatening its unity. The PDP's internal conflicts have been well documented, with various members and stakeholders expressing dissatisfaction with the party's leadership and direction. These divisions have led to a lack of cohesion and a sense of disunity, which could potentially harm the party's electoral prospects. Among the party's challenges is the recent defection of some of its members to the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), which has dealt a significant blow to its morale and strength. Also on Monday, the party's national secretariat was sealed off, forcing the postponement of its National Executive Committee meeting to the next day. Joining me now from Abuja is a PDP chieftain and elder statesman, Chief Bode George. He's also a member of the Board of Trustees of the party. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
The PDP has had quite an eventful week, and you have just wrapped up your National Executive Committee meeting, which, going by reports, was supposedly successful. Can you tell us briefly what renewed your hope about the party at that meeting at a time when Nigerians are calling your party dead?
Let me be frank. There is no organization anywhere in the world, including the developed world, any organization, you will always have crisis. You will always have disagreement. But your ability to close up details, disagreements, debate, discuss, and come to a final decision will be a measure of your competence. What happened today was a measure of the largeness, the capacity, the true Iroko party of this country, a party that has from the north to the south, from the west to the east, people who have experience in national management, which is absolutely lacking now. We made a slip, no doubt about it. We made a mistake. You know, people manipulated the presidential primaries, and that is what landed us where we are. And I can tell you, today has been a rebirth of the real political Iroko party in Nigeria. The only political party that has a structure everywhere. And I dare the APC to tell me if they have the same structure that we have. They may be in government now, but time will tell. Take the economic indices of this country. See how angry the younger generation, the Gen Z are. My own children too are part of those who are suffering. They went to school, graduated, there is no future, there is no job, there is no hope, there is hunger in the land. And somebody is telling me people are joining their party. It's self-conceitedness. Because what have you done to put a smile on the faces of these same young people? Nothing.
Chief,
so those who are moving, let me finish this one. Those who are moving to this APC party have what I call an internal cement to hold their guts. The party, the platform that gave you the opportunity to convince the electorate to win elections Halfway through, you are jumping ship. Jumping. To go and do what? What is attractive on the other side? We are waiting. I am happy this day came to being. We had met. Today is a rebirth of the goodness of the PDP. Take all the economic indices while we were in government and compare them with where we are now today. It's a joke. This does not, the change of power does not belong to those who are jumping ship now. The Nigerian electorate will decide. The power resides with the people. We will be out in large numbers.
Wow.
Today, my heart was so full of joy. It is a rebirth of freedom, a rebirth of the future, an encouragement to the younger generation, the Gen Z generation, and you will see.
Chief, can I come in here? Thank you, thank you. I wanted you to land. So these same people, a lot of Nigerians, have called members of the PDP Board of Trustees and leadership chicken because they can't seem to take on Nyesom Wike. How do you react to this?
You want me to, I can't hear. You want me to react to that question?
Yes, they're calling you chicken. The entire leadership of PDP,
Okay.
They said it's a joke.
See,
You have not been able to put up a viable opposition against APC. And without a viable opposition, we cannot have a healthy democracy. Right now, the APC is winning. We need a proper challenger. But
they must be in a dreamland. You know, the APC is a congregation of strange bedfellows. They have no structure. We have a structure. Yes, anybody who has done something wrong for the party, there is a process. You just don't wake up as if it's your private fiefdom. People think that because Wike did this, he did that, you can just come, chairman, board of trustees, will just come and say you are fired. That is the APC. We don't do that in our party. No matter how long, you give him time to answer certain questions and queries. It is not only him that has caused this mayhem. The Atiku group too, they have their part. They are shopping now for mega coalition here and there. That's not the culture of this party. Let this party decide, yes, let us suck in this, accept this. But for you to go on your own to visit President Buhari, who is a leader of the opposition, speaks volume of a misbehavior. Wike, yes, has his, the way he shouts and does this. And one thing that he just did that is so disheartening to me as a political father to him is locking the headquarters of our party yesterday. No matter what. This is a party that gave you a ticket as a local government chairman. You became chief of staff to a PDP serving governor. You became a minister of state in a PDP government, and you served 8 years as a member, as a governor of on PDP platform. What else can it's like your home, your family home. And then the only thing you can do is throw odium to them in the public place. It's not acceptable. It is un-African. Can you go to your father's house and say you are now local government chairman? The first place you block, you go and seal off, will be your father's house? Is it possible? Is it normal? Is it civil? It's unacceptable. And I'm advising him. 7 million, they said we are owing. He can pay. It would have been better off if he paid that money to bring back the receipt and to show to the managers of the party that, look, I have already paid. You people have forgotten your normal duties. Here is it. There is the receipt. Give me back my money. Can you imagine how his loyalty will be rated? It will be from 0 to 100. And the commitment would have been shown that, yes, this fellow is a real, true, thoroughbred member of the PDP. But to lock it all up. And you see how smart the president did? He said, please calm down. Give them 14 days. And I am challenging them publicly that the building where the APC situates their headquarters, he should go and check it if they've ever paid them, because they have hardly had any meeting there. So who is in charge?
May come in here. Let me just quickly come in here that the PDP wasn't the only one whose office was sealed off. FIRS, a commercial bank, was also sealed off, because the fact is your party was owing. And unless you're saying that the PDP is broke, which I doubt, the party is owing. But I'd like to quickly ask this question. Paul Ibe, who you know very well, former media aide to Atiku Abubakar, was recently asked about the PDP headquarters ground rent debts that you are talking about. And his response implied that PDP rely heavily on ESM Wike for financing. If this is true, which you have alluded to actually, if Wike is indeed the breadwinner of your party, would you say this has diminished the authority of PDP party elders to rein him in at this time?
You know, let me tell you this. I joined this party since 1998. I was one of those who were elected at the first national convention of this party in 1998. I remained a member of the working committee. First, I was National Vice Chairman Southwest. I became Deputy National Chairman South, and became also Deputy National Chairman overall. I spent 10 years in this working committee of the party. To say the party is broke and whatever, and I'm shocked, because a Polibe that you are talking about knows for real, if you are the ticket bearer, the presidential candidate of the party, that makes you the leader of the party. What happened to my friend Atiku after that election? He ran to Dubai. I can quote, because one day Baba Obasanjo came to my house and said, Bode, what is going on in your party? I said, sir, our leader is in Dubai. Quote me. Baba Obasanjo said he will go and bring him back. He went to Dubai to tell him to come back. He said he was afraid of General Buhari. Eventually he came. You don't run away from responsibility. You are a political leader. You are exposed to the dictates, all the positivities, the negativities of the land. And what is democracy? The management of the resources of that land for the benefit of the people.
That's right.
If you cannot stay and work for those people, then what are you doing in politics? That's why we had this brush in 2023. The thing was badly managed. They deviated from the norm, the process of the normal procedure as laid down by the founding fathers of our party. In the final analysis, that thing was like a little full stop. Then what happened? It has grown now into a cancer. But I can tell you that today's meeting that started yesterday is a rebirth of freedom. It's a rebirth of the future of this party. And I can tell you, looking around them there, I saw some of the old people who are still alive, because most of the old generations have passed on. We are now the next generation of leaders that we could congregate, we could discuss, we could debate. Let Nigerians be told that the future will be well for this country. Nobody can sweep us to the gutter. We have learned a lesson. We will never, ever repeat that mistake of allowing people to manipulate the procedure as laid down, the zonal and rotational procedure as laid down by the founding fathers. Typically, you know what they did? They sat together. The greatest problem in the First Republic was the majority had their way and minorities were always just sitting and looking like Malu. They designed a system where they cut Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. And if you look at the national constitution, this is not there. But everybody uses the zonal thing now. And then they came up with 6 top positions in the land. The president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker of the house, the secretary to the government, and the national chairman of the party. When number 1 goes up, number 2 goes down. If number 3 goes up, number 4 goes. So you find the even numbers will be in one zone and the odd numbers will be in another zone. After every 8 years, and you can check our constitution, subsection 7, subsection 3C of the constitution of our party guarantees zoning and rotation of elective offices and party offices. That guarantees that no matter how minority you are, the opportunity is there for you. And that brings to your sense of belonging that you are a Nigerian and not a tribalist. So that's how we were, these old men established our political party. And that's why go to every nook and cranny. I have snaked through this country.
Right.
Anywhere you go, you will find a PDP. That's why people have been shouting, where are you? What is this? What is this? They need a strong opposition.
Too close. And
we are ready. Today was a day that we had a rebirth of freedom for Nigerian electorate.
So you have said repeatedly that the PDP has learned its lessons and is correcting its mistakes.
Absolutely.
2027 is going to fight to finish. Does that mean the party's presidential flag bearer come 2027 will likely be a southerner?
It has to be. I don't, you know, like I said, at this age, what am I looking for if I can't tell you the truth? Secondly, I come from a family where my great-granduncle, Hellas Herbert Macaulay, was the first Nigerian to establish a political party. His genes are in my body. I don't flip-flop. I don't roll around like a stone that gathers no moss. I believe in this concept. I will remain with this party as long as I am alive. And we must respect the thoughts, processes, the old men that established this party put down on us. It was when we manipulated those processes that landed us in this mayhem. That's why I said we have learned a lesson. Never again will we allow ourselves turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Because after 8 years, whatever is up will come down. Whatever is down will go up. So whether you are a minority or majority, you are guaranteed that you are a Nigerian. And let me go spiritually now. Is there anybody born by woman who asks the Almighty God, Baba, I want to be a Yoruba man, or I want to be an Hausa man, or I want to be a Chinese man? Nobody. He just came. And in the Holy Book, and it is also in the Holy Quran, love your neighbor as yourself. He didn't tell you, love your Yoruba man as yourself.
All right.
Or love your Hausa man as your friend.
Yes.
Let us put the fear of God first.
Absolutely.
Before we start dribbling about power.
Chief.
Because it will end up one day.
Chief Bode George, I mean, listening to you,
Yes.
you've been throwing Atiku Abubakar under the bus since this interview began. I was wondering if that means that you are exonerating Nyesom Wike.
No way. Didn't you hear what I said?
I heard you.
What Wike did yesterday, is my political son. You know, what he did yesterday was culturally unacceptable in any African setting. You don't go to your father's house, the house that you were born, they fed you, they sent you to school, they made you to mature. I told you, Wike became local government chairman under this party. He became the chief of staff to a serving governor of our party. He became a minister of state for education under our party and became governor of Rivers for 8 years. What you will deserve is an odium, a disgrace to the party by locking that office. I told him that, look, what you did was unacceptable. And I'm talking to him as a father. If he had gone to pay and to bring the receipt back to the party that, look at you, you didn't pay, I have paid.
Right.
His rating in terms of loyalty would have gone from 0 to infinity.
That's right. Chief
But doing what you did, it's not acceptable. Both sides, they are all my friends. Is Atiku not my friend? But the way they managed the last election was demeaning. It was disheartening, and they saw the results. A lot of cheap people became their coordinators. And what did they do? They sold the party stock and barrel.
Before I let you go, and very briefly,
right.
Does the PDP have a future without Wike? And what is that like?
It's no problem. Is there an individual that owns our party? Our party, look, this party is not owned by any individual. I can say that to you emphatically.
Right.
Take, for example, when Papa Ekweme, he was the chief convener of the G14 when they started. He invited Baba Bola Ige from the Southwest and Baba Solomon La, and so many of these people came together. After the party was established, he contested 2 times for the presidential ticket. He failed. He didn't bring down the roof. That is what you call civility. No matter the history, no matter the professor who will write the history of PDP, that he will not find a suitable chapter thanking him for his contribution. That is the essence of life.
That's
Nothing in life ends forever.
That's right.
This is why we are saying, please stop this aggrandizement. I want to quote finally the words of the current chairman of the Board of Trustees today in his speech. That's Senator Nwagbara. He said, we must have more selfless leaders for the nation and less selfish leaders for this nation. That speech, that statement made it all.
That's right.
Because the essence of our being is to ensure that the common people, the electorate, will feel the impact, the positive impact of governance.
Right.
And I've defined it. What is democracy? What is democracy?
Chief
the utilization of the resources of the land for the benefit of the people.
Indeed.
All these ones, now my wife, now my son, now my this, absolute garbage.
Well, on that note,
you wait for us when we start campaigning.
All right. We're looking forward to it.
I thank you for this opportunity.
We thank you for staying up this late to come on the show. Thank you so much, Chief Bode George, PDP chieftain and elder statesman. We really appreciate you. Thank you and good
night. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.